Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Paige, and today is, I'm cold. Today is Wednesday, a week after the last vlog I just posted. I am currently driving home from my estimating class, and I figured I just would hop on here quick, and I want this to be a review of this book I've been reading. It honestly, I'll get into it. Sorry I am not looking at the camera as much, I'm driving, but I wanted to bring up the fact that my last couple of videos have been week-long vlogs, and I decided not to do that this week because I have a really fun thing coming up tomorrow that I will be doing, so that'll be the vlog for the week or whatever. But I am really trying to make more videos, so I just wanted to bring that up. I don't know how interesting or entertaining people find the week-long vlogs, but that's what I've been doing, and let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see, if there are different kinds of videos, because I would love to make the stuff that you guys would actually want to watch. But anyway, today we are going to talk about Eckart Tolle's book, A New Earth. It's taken me multiple tries to read it. I started it, stopped because I wasn't understanding it, restarted. It took me like 6 months to read this book, and I don't regret it. I'm glad that I took my time. I took a lot of notes, and I'm going to review, like, if I went over all of my notes, it would literally take me hours. So I wanted to keep this video short. I'll go over a couple of like really key points that I learned, and I just want to tell you guys that I really suggest you read this book because it changed my life. It really did. So I can't read my notes right now. So once I get home, I need to get to bed early because I have a really fun thing happening tomorrow. But I'll do a quick little video recapping the book. And yeah, let's go home. Was that bad? Was that terrible? Also, I really hope that caught audio because I just realized that I was wearing my headphones. Anyway, I'm home now, so I'm gonna go inside and let's talk about the book. Okay guys, I am home. Do we like the setup? I love this setup. And I have my hair braided so that it can look nice. I tried to file my nails, but I literally hate shaping them, so I might just cut them all off. I don't know. And then I have to like figure out what I'm wearing tomorrow still. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk about, The point of this video is to talk about this book. Eckart Tolle. I hope I'm saying that right. I've heard people pronounce it Tolle too, so I don't know which one's right. A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. And I realize that it's probably backwards for you guys, but this is the book. But as I said in the intro to this, which I'm sorry that I wasn't looking at the camera at all. As I said in the intro, it took me probably 6 months to read this whole book. I restarted it so many times. I believe that I've started the irreversible awakening process, as he talks about, because I'm finally understanding the book. But anyway, I'm very emotional, and that might just be because I'm hormonal, but I'm emotional that it's over, you know? Like, I'm definitely going to be able to reread this again and learn new things every time I read it, and all of the notes I read, even when I'm just, like, reviewing them, I'm, like, mind blown about all of the things that I realize every time, like, new things that I learn and everything. So it's really a life-changing book, like I said. But what I did was I have the hard copy. I don't even know where I got it. It was like from a friend or something, I think. But it's in our house. I took it, started reading it, and I actually read along with an audiobook that I found on YouTube because it's really hard to digest. So I read it and listened to it at the same time, and it did help me understand it a little bit better just to like have both of those. So I suggest doing that if you do struggle kind of reading self-help and whatever, that kind of stuff for this book. But anyway, I have a whole page of notes, but this is like nothing compared to how many notes I have. I have a book, like that thing is full of so many notes, but this is a very condensed version. I'm just going to review a couple lessons that I've learned throughout the book. There are 10 chapters, so I have them broken out into like little sections. So let's start with the joy of being. I really hope that you, like, even if you haven't read the book, can understand some of the things that I'm talking about, because seriously, it really is an awesome learning experience. I guess, is the right word? I don't know. Anyway, let's start with the joy of being. The joy of being cannot come to you through any form, possession, achievement, person, or event. Being can't be thought, it is a feeling. So that's the first thing. I'm going to cross these off as I go because, yeah. When you play roles, you are unconscious. So this was from the roles section. I'm kind of going to jump all over the list, so it's not in any particular order. But when it talks about roles, when we put labels onto ourselves, we kind of are shackled to that role that you are expected to perform to instead of being your true self. So that's what it means about playing to roles. You're not conscious of your true being. Let's go up here. Most people are so distracted by their thoughts or voices in their head that they can no longer feel the aliveness within them. That talks about the physical body. I think that was earlier in the book. Basically with that, I feel like that makes sense on its own, but to explain it, like, you need to take a step back from always being preoccupied, which is really hard for me because I like to distract myself and always keep busy because I don't like to think about that kind of stuff. But it really is important to feel your aliveness, your I am, without all these distractions, because then you're unconscious, just going with emotions all the time. Be in the now, appreciate what's happening around you. And it also talks a lot later in the book about space and just breathing and recognizing, like, having that space to be conscious and not distracted. So that was about physical body and space. But this book talks a lot about ego and a little bit about religion and spirituality, and I just want to say they're not the same. I am a very, very spiritual person, but I wouldn't say I'm religious. But the note I have for that section is, the more you make your thoughts into your identification, the more cut off you are from the spiritual dimension. That really resonated. Is that the right word with me? Okay, identification with form. I'm just gonna say that we identify everything in our life with form, and this book talks a lot about realizing the oneness of everything, and that some of the most valuable things are formless. There's no such thing as my life. Life and I are one, and I don't have a life, I am life, are some of the notes I wrote down for that. I seriously just recommend you read the whole book so you understand totally what I'm saying, but I want to share some of the notes so that you guys who don't have the time maybe to read it still understand some of the things that I am. So I also have, time is what the ego lives on. You aren't ever fully here because you are always trying to get somewhere else. I feel like I already talked about this a little bit, but yep. Then interconnectedness, and I can't even read my handwriting. Oh, interconnectedness and oneness. I already talked about that. I literally couldn't read it. It looked like ovens to me. It took a second to understand what this was saying. Practice non-attachment and non-resistance. Take what comes. I feel like that is a whole nother thing that this book doesn't even talk about as much. It could cover a lot more of it, but non-attachment and non-resistance, just take what comes because it's what's meant for you. Primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation but your thoughts about it. Unhappiness is an ego-created mental emotional disease. Oh my gosh. I try not to be unhappy, but as you guys can probably see in some of my videos even, there are times that I'm unhappy, and you really just have to take a second, take that space, breathe, and become aware of what the actual situation is. Live in the now, but honestly, I really resonated with this one story, having the gold ring, and it says this too will pass, and I loved that story so much. I want a gold ring that says this too will pass now, just to remind myself when I'm in those moments when it's really hard for me to take a deep breath and just like think about the now, that, you know, take a step back from the situation. I am making it negative. This situation isn't negative. So, and lastly, let's talk about the ego. This is probably the biggest one, and when I did the assumptions video, if you guys watched that, I'll link that up here, but the assumptions video, Kayla sent a thing in saying that I think I'm better than everyone else, and that's because I talk a lot about the ego to everybody, because I learned a lot. I learned so much about the ego. And so, here's some this is like a very vague summary of it. The ego tends to equate having with being. I have, therefore I am. But that's not how it is. And the ego always wants more. The satisfaction that it has from getting what it wants never lasts long, and then it's always hungry for more. Ego arises when your sense of being, I am, which is formless consciousness, gets mixed up with form. So again, all that is required to become free of the ego is to be aware of it. That's what I'm trying to say. So that sums up the very, very basic notes that I have written down. There's so much more within this book that I haven't even talked about, but that's just a very short summary of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not my normal type of video, but I have been reading a lot of nonfiction. Michaela says that when I say that I am reading a lot, that I have to say it's nonfiction because people think it's novels or whatever. Anyway, I get on rants. I lose focus a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really, really enjoyed this book, and if you haven't, I really suggest reading it. There's free audiobook versions of it online, and I used one. So just think about it, look into it. I think the world would be a much better place if everybody read books like this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I kept it shorter and you guys stayed interested the whole time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!